What's up, weirdos? My name is Chrome, and you're what? Truck every time. We're clearly in Alberta, where everybody drives a big truck and they drive like a damn maniac. All right, start this all over again. What's up, weirdos? My name is Chrome, and originally I was heading for the mountains, the Canadian Rocky Mountains, which are right over my shoulder there. We drove past this road yesterday, and I pulled up it, and I'm like, should we go this way? Nah, let's go head towards like the Rockies. And then I woke up this morning, and we ended up right back here by this sign again. So I decided today, you and me, we're gonna go that way. I don't know, it just seems like a good idea.
Today I thought we would talk a little bit about surviving your first year in van life and what my advice is to you. But instead of sitting down and just chatting, let's go have some fun first.
Just got to an area called Ghost Public Land Use Zone. I think the guys from Tyro told me to take it easy on the van for a little bit. Not really too sure if this gravel road is a part of that take it easy, but well, here we go. Oh, there's a cow crossing the road. Sorry. He's like, get out of here. You guys can cross. Gonna cross? You want me to go? What's the deal? Don't scare the poor guy. Oh, you scared him, bro. I'm really sorry. I'm really cruisy. You scared the poor guys. Hey, buddy, I'm just gonna squeeze by here, okay? You cool with that? Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. I take it you're not moving. I take it I have to go around. Okay, I get it. I get the point. I get it. I'll go around you. It's all good. There's definitely a ton of places to camp out here in this area. I bet you this in the summertime is packed. Oh my gosh, this place. Holy man. Look at the Rocky Mountains in the background. Really cool thing about this area out here is it's very well marked for campers. And I think the province of BC could take some notes of this area here, because up side roads it says no camping within the next kilometer. And then when you get out past that kilometer, there's a little sign that says you're allowed to camp from here on outwards. I think this is absolutely beautiful. There's even maps at the kiosks and stuff back there, the information ones as you pull into these areas. So you have a map of everything around here. The yellow zones are the places that you're not allowed to camp in. And something that's really cool about this area in Alberta is they require you to buy a backcountry camping pass. You can buy them at any place that sells fishing licenses. You can do it online. I had a hard time doing it online. Maybe it's because I'm from out of province, but you just go into a regular like fishing shop wherever they sell licenses, and you can buy yourself a $30 annual pass to come out here and camp in this area. Pretty sweet. Is this taking it easy? Sorry. Okay, no, I'm not. These signs are all over out here, letting us know we can't park in the yellow zones, and we are right there on that dot, just coming outside of the no camping zone. There we are. Look at this sign. I've been coming across these signs quite a bit. Camping and fires permitted beyond this point. I really dig this out here because for a lot of people that question on where can you camp, where can you not camp, having a well-signed area is amazing. The amount of camping is insane. Yeah, this is where the road ends for me. That is starting to look a little gnarly. I'm trying so hard not to drag branches down the side of this thing. I'm gonna go scope down the trail here, see if there's anybody else in this little area here before we make camp. I always like to do that, kind of scout out the area a little bit. Oh, this is it. That would mean it would just be us in that spot. Whoa! That is tight, my friends. Those are getting a little tight. Shh. Shh. Whoa! This one's a little too narrow. Oh yeah. I'm trying. I seriously am trying. Whoa. Sorry.
I can see the boys at Tyro Coating pulling their hair out going, Chrome, you just left my shop. We said take it easy for a few weeks. Boys, this is me taking it easy. I thought I did pretty good for not dragging branches down the side of the van. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, not sorry.
I think I did pretty good for taking it easy on the new skin. I think I did.
Okay, let's get to the point of this video. That shot right there is what everybody expects out of van life every day. That hashtag van life moment they see on Instagram and YouTube all the time. But is that a reality? Is this what's going to happen every day? Probably not. But another thing you don't think about is that we have to hunt down everything we need. We don't got running water, we don't have a bathroom, and we don't have a shower. There's things that we got to do in the van that just aren't that pretty.
Surviving your very first year of van life is going to be a challenge because nothing is what you expect it to be. You're gonna expect to pull over somewhere and have a quiet night's sleep and bang! Some chaos in town that's bringing sirens past your van all night long. Or you're out here in the backcountry and you're having a dead silent night's sleep and all of a sudden bang! All the local partiers showed up because you parked in a local party spot and the locals don't care. They don't care. They're like, hey, look, there's a camper over there. Let's maybe keep the volume on the stereo at a 9 instead of a 10 tonight and be a little bit courteous. I've been to places like that where the locals have showed up. Holy, whoa. Super friendly because I woke up in the middle of the night, started my vehicle, turned my headlights on, and they were like waving at me. And, you know, I should have just got out and plugged in my DJ gear and said, hey, you guys need a DJ? But when you first start van life, expect to be extremely adaptive. And if you're not the type of person that can adapt to things well and just accept their surroundings, then van life is going to be a huge struggle from the very beginning. Other things that will be thrown at you at the beginning is the temperature inside of your van. That's such a learning experience that you're going to have to go through on your own. I don't think this is something that can be taught or educated because everybody gets into van life in different scenarios in their own world. So if I said, get yourself a Webasto dry air heater, throw it in the van and rock it, you might get that heater in your van and be like, I didn't like it. You may have too many windows for that one, or you might have just too much outside air getting in, or too much heat escaping from the inside. Your build and stuff could be completely different, or the areas that you live in. What works for me here may not work for you wherever you are. You have a different climate where you are, unless you're living right in my own backyard. But I've also known people along my travels who bought heaters that I had and it didn't work for them, and they were just a province over because they got a little bit colder. That heater just didn't quite do well in their scenario. So be really careful when you're watching some of these YouTube channels on taking all of their advice. Keep in mind where they're living. Like, say that cheap RV guy. You know, he lives in a desert. What he educates is good for those who like to live in a desert, you know? And I find sometimes when people have brought his channel up to me that I hear that quite a bit. Like, well, he says this. I'm like, yeah, well, he's also not in a Canadian winter on the West Coast where it is extremely moist. He's down somewhere where it's super dry all the time, you know? Keep those things in mind when it comes to taking advice from specific YouTubers, and that includes myself. So don't expect everything that you see out of my channel to be a reality for you. You know, I'm kind of getting off track here in this video. The whole point of me making this one was to talk about surviving your very first year. And that comes with buying items that you watch on everybody's YouTube channel and stockpiling it at home, thinking, I'm going to use this, it's going to be great for my van life. Huge piece of advice to start van life and survive it. Don't buy anything until you buy your van first. Van is the number one thing you need. Don't go buying roof vents and heaters and all these other little things because, oh, this is only $300 and this is only $100 and that's $500. It's cheaper to buy all those little items than it is to spend $5,000, $10,000, or $50,000 on a van. Buy those things after you get the van because you don't know what you need until you actually need it. So when you watch channels like mine, all the fancy fluff I have on my van, my big beautiful interior and all that crazy amazing stuff up on my roof, you do not need that. Please don't get it twisted. All that stuff is just fluff. And I'm going to admit it, I've admitted this many times before, it's unnecessary. Those are just little luxury upgrades that I've had the ability to make over 4 years of not paying rent. If you're just starting out and it's a financial situation, all you need is a van, a heater, a cooler. Did I say bed? You need a bed. Just the basics. Like, treat your van life at the very beginning like you're going out on some epic camping trip that just doesn't stop. So also at the beginning of your van life journey, don't have this big picture in your mind. I hear this from so many people. They have this great big picture in their mind, like, okay, I'm going to quit my job, move into a van, sell everything that I own, and head on off onto this great big open road trip, and my life is going to be what I see on Instagram every day. Let's back this train up and accept, this goes back to the first thing I said, back the train up and accept what you have. Accept the situation that you're in. Don't get down on your situation if you're at a 9-to-5 job. Just get into that van, live in the town that your 9-to-5 job is in, make some money, pay off all that debt and all those bills, and get out on the weekends or your day off. You know, on your day off, you can venture like an hour out of town and go enjoy a moment somewhere up by a creek or something. You know, accept the situations that you have. Don't be so stuck on, I hate to use me as an example. What do you use me as an example? Don't get stuck on that you can get up every day and move to another epic spot. Because I need money to survive. I need money to do this stuff, but I was one of the lucky ones that put in hard enough work on YouTube every day and accepted that I didn't make a penny at the beginning and still put in full-time hours and more to make this into something. And thankfully that the YouTube algorithm liked a few of my videos, and boom, off we went. I guess the whole point of this video was really just, if you want to survive van life at the beginning, adapt. You know, just know that this epic spot's not always going to be this epic spot, that some days you're just going to have to park at a Walmart, or some days you're going to be on the back of a side city street by a fire hall where the fire trucks are coming out all night long. It's just the reality of this life. Is it glamorous? Depends on what you consider glamorous. I love sleeping at Walmart. I love sleeping on the side of a busy street in a big city. And I absolutely love being in places like right here. But staying out here all the time is not my reality, because I need to go back to cell phone connection or back to town in order to earn my living, you know? So at the beginning of van life, I think the biggest thing I hear from people on why they quit, why they tapped out, was not being able to adapt to the space that they live in. A van is very small. If you're in there by yourself, different story. If you're with a couple, now you have a whole lot of problems. You better be in love before you move in together in a space barely big enough for the two of you. Being inside of that small space means you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Like, I sacrifice not standing up. I sacrifice not having an inside shower that I have to boil water from a creek if I need to shower out here in a situation like this. Or, you know, like right now with COVID, has our showers shut down in the big cities. I hear that they're not shut down in all the smaller locations outside of the big cities. But yeah, so I got shower shut down. So these are things that you need to adapt to, because if you can't survive making life changes like that for you on a daily basis, then you're not going to survive living in a van. And that is 100% the truth. Adapt. The van lifers that are out here being the happiest are the ones that are cool with not having a shower for 4 or 5 days, using wet wipes. Who cares? Man, I'm out here living my dream, doing what I want to do, being creative every single day and making something. I couldn't care if I wouldn't shower for a month if I had to survive on wet wipes and splashing ice cold water from a glacier-fed creek. It wouldn't bother me one bit. And those are the ones that are going to survive van life. So I will tell you one thing. You're best to try it than not try it. If you do not try what's in your heart, then you're going to have regrets when you get older. Nobody wants regrets. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you move into a van? The worst thing. It doesn't work out and you got to go backwards a little bit. You're an expert at that old life. The old life you've been doing forever. You've mastered it. So going backwards should be an absolute cakewalk if what you tried going ahead doesn't work out for you. You know, I think everybody out there should follow what's in their heart and what's in their mind, because those things, when they connect together, when your heart feels something and your mind's like, yes, let's do it. When those things connect, in that moment is where you need to make that change. No holds barred. Like, don't hold back whatsoever. That's when you do it. And that's what happened to me. Like, I literally bought my van to haul DJ gear. 3 weeks later, I was living in it full time and sold everything that I owned. Why? Because in my mind, I'm like, hey, I could live in this. Went online, I'm like, holy crap, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. My heart, my mind were like, yeah, let's go. They were cheering me on, so I did it. But that's where major things happen in life, is when you take that damn risk. If you don't take risks in life on yourself, then your life will never be epic. You'll always be the one that sits back in their armchair and watches epic lives happen in front of them by other people or friends or family or whoever it is that they're watching their lives unfold doing epic things. Don't do that in your armchair. Get out there and take that risk on absolutely yourself. And accept that van life can be grimy and dirty sometimes. Accept that it's a dirty feeling the first time you sit on a plastic pail and poop in a bag in your van. Accept it. Accept that you got to get up and pee in a bottle sometimes. Those are just things you have to accept in order to survive and thrive in this lifestyle. I don't know if this video helped any. Someone had asked me the other day, I don't know, like, what's the key to surviving? I think it's adapting. I'm pretty 100% sure that's your number one thing. is to be adaptive. Does that make any sense to you? Any sense at all? I know I rambled. I know this video was everywhere, but yeah, it was on my mind. All right, guys, see you later. I just babble sometimes. What's up, weirdos?
I know talking about all that beginning stuff is something we don't do all the time on this channel. But if you want to learn everything that I learned about van life and you want to learn it with me, go back and watch my Binge Watch It All playlist. Watch the first couple years of my van life because I learned all these lessons right there on camera because I filmed every day. Trust me, there's some great information back there. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Great, car drives by right when I'm ending this one. And a motorbike. Okay, weirdos unite. See you later.